Welcome back. This is For the Love of Baby Boomers, and I'm the host, Dolores Clifford. I am so happy to have y'all tune in and listening to us, and I hope this can help somebody in their journey to finding a new place to live. Well, I tell you, as a boomer, once again, as I mentioned, I am 68. What I do realize is I have choices. That's right. I have choices. We have choices in finding places to live and finding the type of places, the location, the type of homes that we want to live in. There are just so many choices. And in the United States, we have states that offer senior citizens stipends and grants to come move to their states. Why do they do this? They do it because they need to revitalize their community. They need to revitalize. So they offer senior citizens. They offer other people too, but we are seniors for the love of baby boomers. So I'm going to stick with us. They are trying to get us there so they could get people with steady incomes to come live there and build up their financial state and get their cities, their state working financially. So there are a lot of different states, but of course I'm not going to name but 2 or 3 that offer money to get people there. They have done this many times, like during COVID. They right after COVID, they did the same thing, offered people money to move to these states. And the people then were the type of people who work from home. But now they're looking for seniors with their steady incomes, their Social Security and pension plans. So they offer you not just money to move there, but sometimes they offer you land. They'll sell you a lot of land, a plot of land for $1. But of course, there are stipulations. Don't get it twisted. They want you to move there, but then you have to stay there for a period of time, 2 years, 3 years, or you have to spend money. If you get the land, you have to build on that land. And you have to build a house that is maybe $200,000, $300,000, and you have to do it in a period of time and then live there for 3 years. That's some of the things I've seen. Also, if they give you money, they want you to live in a city again for 2 to 3 years. And a lot of these places, the requirements vary. As I said, they may want you to buy a home and stay in that home for a period of 2 to 3 years. So they have places like Michigan. And the few places that I'm going to name, actually, they all have problems. So we know Michigan has water problems. Let's just say that. Their plumbing and the water is messed up. But they are building up. They have lost a lot of people, and they are building up, and they're trying to make it work. In order for you to move there, first of all, they have a program called Move to Michigan. And that's just what it's called, Move to Michigan. And it's a program. They give you $15,000 paid to you to move there, okay, and to get housing. And they also pay you to travel, to get your truck moving expenses. They pay you that. Kentucky with the rolling hills and the horses, if you like that. Well, think about it. Another $15,000 just to move there, plus relocation fees. So think about it. And Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, all right. Baltimore, Maryland. They will also pay you $15,000 to move there, but they want people mainly in their downtown area, in their downtown neighborhoods. I guess just, to get people in there and to get people who are, willing to live and uplift the neighborhood. Then you have Vermont. I have a star by Vermont. I happen to think Vermont is beautiful with all the foliage and the water. Their relocation fees, they pay that in addition to $10,000. And what I can say about Vermont, I don't know about the other places, but there's no state taxes. Many states don't have state taxes on your Social Security. So think about it. Think about these places that want you research and look into it, and you might find that, you know what, I want to move to another state. Let them move me, and give me $15,000. What can you do with $15,000? I know what I could do with $15,000. Travel somewhere, like Panama. Anyway, so those are some of the states that offer incentives to move there. And as I mentioned earlier, it's revitalization, the purpose of them getting you out there. In the U.S., we have some states that, they don't charge state tax, as I mentioned, and the median home price is about $400,000. Now, there's new houses, there's old houses, and let me mention something a little bit about both. With the new houses, new construction, that can cost you a pretty penny, but for the first 5 years, you shouldn't have any problems. Also, you'll be in communities that are not they're not developed. They're not, their foliage is kind of minimal. They haven't grown. So you might find things looking kind of new, everything looking new. And if that is all right with you, that's fine. And then you have old houses that have been around, and they have a little flavor, and they have the foliage, the large trees, but you also have age on the houses, and so you might have to go in spending a few $1,000s just to get it up to date, maybe with the plumbing or the electricity. So these are things that you have to consider when you are moving into a house. It doesn't matter what state, or if you stay in the place that you are living now. If you have new construction, you're going to have things to contend with. Even the matter of the fact that most new construction all look alike. All houses seem to look alike, cookie cutter. And old is where you have the problems with you taking on somebody else's problems. The house has been around 40, 50 years, and things are starting to crack and grow old. You also have choices, again, where you can move to the city or move to the county. And moving to the city, it puts you with some of the activities. You can walk and do things because you have streets with sidewalks and lights. But then you also have other activities that come with it. In the country, you may live out in the country and you have a lot of foliage, grass, trees, no streets, a lot of roads. So these are some things to think about. What do you want as a senior citizen, as a boomer? What do you want, boomer? What do you want? These are some of the things that I would consider, that I'm considering as I take this journey to finding my new home. Now, staying in the United States is a great possibility, but I have choices, as I mentioned before. And there is a foreign choice, foreign countries that I can move to as well, and become an expat. Expat, E-X-P-A-T, is someone that lives in another country. They may leave their country for a short period of time and come back, or they may just leave the country and go to a new one for life. To be an expat, it's pretty easy. Some places easier than others. They will pay you a lot of times to move there, and they will make life easier because every country, including the United States, wants to become wealthier in the way of money. Okay. Let me talk about a few places that a lot of people from the United States seem to go to. That's Ecuador. Ecuador will actually, they say it's about $1,200 a month needed to live there. And so if you get Social Security and you bring home, you get, let's say, $2,000 a month from that, you just may be able to live in Ecuador if that's someplace you want to go. Rent there is about $500 a month. Malaysia, $1,500 a month to live. Rent a little more than $500. And Mexico, they say it takes about $1,500 to live there and $400 to rent. Now, I don't know, there's different places in Mexico, but some places they let you know it could be dangerous to go there and live. So you have to really do your research and decide what part of Mexico do you want to go to. It's about safety. As an expat, as a senior, I'm all about safety right now. I don't want somebody walking up on me. Okay, thank you. Never, actually. The last place that I will talk about going to a foreign country is Panama. Panama, that is one of my favorite places. I've been there on vacation one time for about 3 weeks, and I loved it. And I always want to go back. But in doing my research, I decided I would put this on my list as a place to consider moving to as an expat. And to live there also costs about $1,500 a month to live. And for rent, it's a little over $500. What I like about Panama, you have the city in Panama, you have the mountains in Panama, and you have the water. So you have it all there in that space there. And when I went, I did 3 weeks, and I spent a week in each place. The city, a week, I didn't need that. I grew up in the city. I didn't need to stay there in the city. But it was fun. And the mountains was fabulous. Living in the mountains, I stayed there for a week, and it was beautiful weather, 77 degrees all year round. The weather is like awesome. It's either wet or dry, but the temperature is great. The foliage was all over the place. I loved it. If you like foliage, if you like plants, you would love Panama. Then there is also the water. The water, the beach, awesome. Oh, that third week, I just didn't want to leave. So Panama is partly on my list because it has everything I want. The temperature's right. There's water. There's mountains. There's public transportation. So these are things that you want to consider when you are looking to move. I am going to slow down this segment right now and talk about something else before we go to commercial. I just want to remind you all again that we have a medical alert that many of us could use. As I talk to people, I find that, they could use a medical alert. And it's not always about your age. It's about your health and your status and your balance. Lively is who I use, and my bill is $25 a month. I feel safe by using it. I want you to know, hear that word, I feel safe. And as a boomer, that's what we want. The number to Lively is 1-800-670-7240. The referral number is 523-2304. Use that referral number when you call. You will get $25 off of your Lively medical alert, and I will get $25 off my bill. So it goes both ways. For the love of baby boomers, we'll be back.